switch is set up for the front or for the rear area, and one is set up for the back.
Taking pictures.
Taking movies. Community House of Beef.
There you go, yeah, sure. So, as you can see by the monitor here, our amperage draw increased when we turn the light switches on.
Yeah.
So basically what that, and if I turn one off, it'll go down. Okay? Since there are three fixtures on that, there'll be a difference between one to the other, okay? But basically, that's just telling us what we're at. This temperature is actually the temperature sensor on the battery pack right now, outside. Okay? From that standpoint. So it's actually giving us an ambient temperature outside because there's a sensor on it.
And when should we worry when that temperature reaches some?
I don't think you're ever going to find it worried from that standpoint. I mean, it's more or less just a reference sake. It allows the inverter to, if the battery's really got up to, over 100 degrees. I mean, we can set that for C if you want it to. This whole thing can be programmed for Fahrenheit or Celsius and the whole bit, and it can all be done based in some basic programming. But basically, I think the biggest thing that you want, and once you get it going, I'll go through it with you guys, and if you want to know how to change some things, that's cool. I would say the best thing, though, for your operators is not to get too much button pushing. People love to push buttons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Friday when we were loading it, the account manager was playing with it. I said, stop playing with that. We don't know anything about it yet.
So, but I assume there's owner's manuals they left in the truck? Were they up in the front?
Don't know.
There should have been in the
glove
cab.
box?
Should have been an owner's manual. If not, I will get you an owner's manual brought up. I'll have it dropped off tomorrow morning. I'll get one of my guys to drop it off, but I can PDF you one too. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
we'll check before we
yeah, so we'll go from there. So right now it's gone back to this little X. And it's kind of like a screensaver. That's the simplest way to describe it. All right. So the screensaver is going on. If I want to get back in to see what's going on, I hit enter, and we're back to the main screen. Okay. Basically, it's telling us we're putting 120 volts out. It's 180 watts. It's fluctuating up and down is what's actually coming out of the AC, and it's a DC amp draw of minus 20 amps. Okay. Now, if we decide that we're going to turn on the air conditioner, excuse me, breakers off on the air conditioner. You heard the difference just suddenly go down there. When I started, I had the AC. I flipped it all the way on, and I should. So basically, what you should do is you should go through in stages.
Fan.
Yeah, fan, then AC. You know, just and then when they're finished with it, same with your other units. When they're finished with the systems, shut them down as you progress, right? So we're gonna actually go. We got. I'm gonna actually go to pool. Take a second for that to kick in. And basically you can set this thermostat wherever you want. Okay, it's just like a thermostat on your house. Little difference is that, you know, it's set for, it's not digital, it's just standard mechanical. Okay? Analog, sorry. Not digital, analog, you're right. So what's going on here? I should have played with this before I came. I was going to say, I didn't think the air conditioner made that much noise. leave it on there for a second. Your power points are set up that you have individual power points. Okay, so these are set up for 15 amp. So each one is 15. So you got 15 here, 15 there. Okay, so you can hook it up that way. You also have individual 15 amp circuits. Okay, everything that we've done, we've set up with ground fault protection. Okay, and the reason for the ground fault protection is that we want, in case there is something they're going to hook up or go into, it's there. Okay, the air conditioner just kicked in. Okay, so it's going to take a second for it to come on and go from there. Right now we're set to 55. If you get it down to 55 in here, they'll be pretty cold.
If they do, they're churning stuff they don't need to be wasted.
Right. So, but you can see that if we hit enter, you can see that our consumption is increased.
Significantly.
Significantly, yes. Because you got to remember, the air conditioner takes a lot of power to drive. Okay, so it will consume a lot more the whole bit. You know, my thoughts on when to start it. Has it been to the? It left us. Would you pick up a week ago?
2 weeks.
2 weeks ago. Okay.
From you, yeah.
Yeah.
We got it.
You got it Thursday or Friday, but I'm just saying. So my thoughts are is to maybe get it plugged in, get the system fully up. It's a fully automatic system. Okay. So what you have on the side of the vehicle is a standard flange plug. Okay. Same one you had before. We couldn't change that because we were going to change it. We were going to go with the lock one, but because the way the guys had cut the wall and the body, we couldn't get into it. Without creating a bigger mess, you would have had a bigger hole and all the rest. So we didn't want to do that. So it's set up to 15, and that's what most applications are going to have here. So when they come back, we can set it up for 15 amps, okay, and basically plug it in. So the idea of setting it up would be is that if we didn't have the air conditioner running, okay, and you're going to plug this in and you're going to work in here, and you don't want the battery system to be drained, you can plug in. It'll go click, click automatically all over. There's nothing like you don't have to flip any levers. You don't have to flip anything from that standpoint. And what will end up happening is this will say AC in and charge. Okay, so we will flip. The lights will go from invert up. It'll move from here up to there.
But that won't run the AC though.
It'll run the fan. We can. You might get it running the AC. If it's too much, it'll click back, and the inverter will pick up onto it. If it's too much from that standpoint, that happens a lot. Okay. The AC units are set up on a 20 amp breaker. Now, if we do the 20 amp breaker because that's what code calls us to do, the AC units actually run less. They run about 13. Okay. So we could still have it set up. We did it in the shop with it, without being on batteries, and we actually had it running off the wall plug that we had it plugged into. What I should do is probably get you a good extension cord made up so that you can carry it with the truck. How long would you like?
That's Ross.
He'll normally plug at home, and I'm sure from
50 feet. Like, I mean, I'd like to keep it within like 30 would be up nice.
Yeah.
50 gets a little big. I mean, if I'm going to go to...
It's on the other side of his garage. His garage, so he's going from there over.
Okay, so the cord goes underneath the vehicle or something like that. Do you want to talk to him about it and let me know? And then we'll make up a heavier cable.
12?
Yes. Yeah, at least a 12.
You can buy them.
Pardon me?
You can buy them.
Sure. Yeah, you can buy them pre-done too. If not, yeah.
I know the truck had one. Just a matter if it's big enough, like the right size.
We had one for US Steel.
Yeah, I've got 2 inside.
Well, if you got one inside, we can actually try it while we're here.
Okay.
Well, that's what I was thinking. We'd plug it in
I'd like
and
to do,
leave it
yeah,
plugged in
sure, yeah, absolutely. Let's
for
do
the
that.
day, and
Okay.
then we'll
Yeah, absolutely.
always charge
Yeah.
before it goes out.
Yep, no, so, you know, like I said, I mean, if we...
Actually, the one we have, I think, is 100.
100 feet?
One of them is.
Yeah, there's 2 there. They're pretty big.
100 feet's okay as long as they're good size.
It's either 10 or 12.
Okay. And there's no problem with it from that standpoint either way. So you'll get it in from there. So yeah, if we got that, let's try that.